Imagine an island so wealthy that its city walls gleamed with gold and polished brass. A civilization so powerful that its navy ruled the seas from Western Europe all the way to the heart of Egypt. Then, in a single, catastrophic day and night of violent earthquakes and floods, it vanished. The entire civilization was swallowed whole by the ocean floor. No survivors, no official ruins, just a legend that has haunted human imagination for more than 2,300 years. Most people dismiss Atlantis as pure fantasy. But what if one of history's greatest myths was actually inspired by a very real, ancient catastrophe? The first mention. To find the origin of Atlantis, we have to travel back to ancient Greece, around 360 BC. The famous philosopher Plato wrote two foundational works called Timaeus and Critias. These texts contain the only primary original account of Atlantis in human history. Plato claimed the story was brought to Greece by the Athenian statesman Solon, who learned it from ancient priests while visiting Egypt. According to Plato, Atlantis was a massive island located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we call today the Strait of Gibraltar. The city was built in concentric rings of land and water, connected by massive canals and fortified by giant bronze and gold walls. For centuries, Atlantis flourished. Its people possessed vast wealth, fertile lands, and the greatest navy the world had ever seen. But over time, success changed them. They grew greedy, power-hungry, and corrupt. Plato wrote that their arrogance angered the gods, leading to their sudden and complete destruction. Was Plato telling history? Here is where the mystery deepens. No ancient civilization outside of Plato ever mentions Atlantis. No Egyptian papyrus, no Babylonian tablets, no other Greek historians ever wrote a single word about it. Because of this silence in the historical record, most modern historians believe Plato wasn't recording history. He was writing a philosophical parable. In his dialogues, Atlantis represented a warning, a moral tale about how pride and corruption can destroy even the greatest civilizations. But if it was entirely fictional, why did Plato include such hyper-specific details? Why give precise measurements of canals, exact lists of resources, and complex geopolitical structures? Could he have based his fable on a real-world disaster that lived on in oral history? The Minoan theory. The strongest historical candidate for the Atlantis legend points to the ancient Minoans. Over 3,500 years ago, this advanced Bronze Age civilization dominated the Mediterranean from the island of Crete. They had multi-story palaces, indoor plumbing, and unprecedented maritime trade. Then, disaster struck. Around 1600 BC, the nearby volcanic island of Thera, modern-day Santorini, suffered one of the largest volcanic explosions in human history. The eruption generated devastating earthquakes and mega tsunamis that smashed into Crete. Massive waves wiped out coastal ports, destroyed their fleet, and filled the air with blinding volcanic ash. Within a generation, the empire collapsed. A real-life lost civilization swallowed in the sea. Other theories. Over the centuries, searchers have looked for Atlantis in nearly every corner of the globe. Some pinpoint the coast of Spain, others the Black Sea, and some even claim it rests frozen beneath the ice in Antarctica. Recently, theorists pointed to the Richat structure in Mauritania, the Eye of the Sahara, due to its concentric rings. Yet despite modern satellite imagery and deep-sea bathymetry, geologists have found zero proof of a sunken continent in the water. Geological plate tectonics prove landmasses cannot sit and sink overnight. Why Atlantis never dies. So why are we still talking about Atlantis after 2 millennia? Because Atlantis is more than a lost city. It's a symbol. It represents humanity's eternal dream that a golden age once existed, and our fear that everything we build can be wiped away instantly. Did Atlantis exist? Most historians say it was Plato's greatest masterpiece of philosophical fiction. Others believe it carries the echoed memory of real disasters like the Minoan cataclysm. Until undeniable evidence emerges, Atlantis remains suspended between myth and history. What do you think? Was Atlantis a real empire wiped out by nature, or just the greatest story ever told? Let us know your theory in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for our next journey into history's greatest mysteries. Thanks for watching.